Why has the BJP decided not to contest elections in Kashmir, more than 4 years after revoking the region's special status? In a surprising twist, the Bharatiya Janata Party, which aggressively campaigned to revoke Article 370, granting autonomy to Kashmir, has opted out of the current general elections in the region. This decision comes despite prior efforts to strengthen their support base through extensive local campaigns. This unexpected move has sparked a flurry of speculation and analysis. Let's delve deeper into the timeline of events leading up to this decision. Back in August 2019, a major political shift occurred. The government led by the Bharatiya Janata Party, BJP, under Prime Minister Narendra Modi, made a controversial decision to revoke Article 370 of the Indian Constitution. This article had granted significant autonomy to the region of Jammu and Kashmir since shortly after India's independence. It allowed the state its own constitution, a separate flag and autonomy over all matters except foreign affairs, defense, finance and communications. The revocation was not merely symbolic, it also led to the bifurcation of the region into two federally administered territories, Ladakh and Jammu and Kashmir. This move stripped away any semblance of statehood and brought direct central government control over the areas. Simultaneously, the government imposed a severe communication blockade, cutting off internet services and detaining political leaders and activists, which included 3 former chief ministers. These actions were described as preventive, aimed at maintaining law and order. With these drastic changes, the BJP claimed peace and integration. But the reality on the ground reflected a complex and tense relationship between Kashmir and the central government. Despite the tensions, the BJP didn't back down from its mission in Kashmir. On the ground, local BJP leaders were persistent in their efforts to bolster the party's image and influence. They embarked on extensive door-to-door campaigns aiming to connect directly with the residents and address their concerns personally. These leaders worked tirelessly, navigating the complex social and political landscape of the region, often engaging in community dialogues and public meetings. Parallel to these localized efforts, at the national level, Prime Minister Narendra Modi and his administration continued to assert that the revocation of Article 370 had brought peace and greater integration of Kashmir with the rest of India. Senior officials frequently highlighted this narrative in speeches and public declarations, presenting the move as a triumph in national policy and governance. The juxtaposition of intensive local campaigning and the overarching national rhetoric painted a picture of a party fully committed to winning over Kashmir. The groundwork seemed to be laid for a robust electoral contest. So, what led to the sudden pullback? As the election approached, reality seemed to diverge from expectations. In the heart of Kashmir, the air was thick with political discourse, not just about the upcoming elections, but about the lingering shadows of past decisions. Omar Abdullah, former chief minister and a prominent voice in the region, articulated a sentiment common among the locals. He suggested that the Bharatiya Janata Party's decision to abstain from contesting in Kashmir was not a strategic retreat, but a necessity born out of the unpopular revocation of Article 370. The move in 2019, which stripped Kashmir of its special status, was heralded by some as a step towards integration. However, it resonated differently on the ground. The sense of disenfranchisement grew, and the local narrative was one of loss rather than gain. This sentiment was poised to transform the elections into a de facto referendum on the central government's policies. Critics argued that if the populace had welcomed the changes, the BJP would have confidently presented candidates. Instead, their absence in the electoral fray spoke volumes. With growing uncertainties, the BJP's strategy took a turn towards a more cautious approach. Ultimately, the BJP chose a path of strategic withdrawal from the Kashmir electoral fray. This decision not to contest the elections directly in the region reflects a nuanced recognition of the complexities inherent in Kashmir's political landscape. The party's chief spokesperson in Jammu and Kashmir articulated that elections were not their primary focus. Instead, they aimed to win the hearts of the people. This statement underscores a strategic pivot from conventional electoral politics towards a more hearts and minds approach. However, this withdrawal has not been without controversy. Allegations have surfaced about the BJP's indirect involvement, through support for like-minded parties, suggesting a tactical rather than a total retreat from the electoral arena. These moves hint at a broader strategy to maintain influence while avoiding the direct backlash of a potentially unfavorable electoral outcome. As the polls progress in phases, the impact of the BJP's decision remains a key point of observation, potentially reshaping Kashmir's political future. This strategic withdrawal could redefine political alliances and voter dynamics in a region marked by historical complexities and contemporary challenges.